Hello guys, and in this update we're gonna be talking about some pretty significant thunderstorms that might impact this weekend a little bit. We're gonna take a look at the models of what they think, cause this will be another massive storm that could potentially produce another damaging wind event, some very heavy rain, maybe even some strong storms on Saturday afternoon. So we have to see. Um, we're gonna take a look at the euro. We're gonna fast forward to that specific storm that's gonna slash through on Saturday evening, most likely. And I mean, man, I got some very gusty winds behind the storm. Like, first, you have to deal with possibly severe weather for Saturday evening, and then you get some very strong winds after that, and it stays very gusty. We could see even some snow showers starting to pop up. So it gets cold after the system, but it's mostly like it's short lived, but it is very strong. Let me take you a zoom to northeast. What we can expect. It's rain. It's rain, all right, but we do see some very heavy rain, maybe even a thunderstorm in the middle parts of the overnight hours. 994 right over our area. It's pretty weird how it's pretty very strong over our area. Some very strong winds. I'll tell you, these winds could be damaging once we get to Sunday. I mean, these are some very strong winds. And then we start to see some mixed rain and snow showers on the backside in the afternoon. And we have to see if these snow showers do survive, because we could have a pesky snow squall that we might have to keep an eye out on Sunday. So that's what we're thinking right now. But what I want to look at is the fact that we do have a little bit of a severe weather threat, and I want to show you why. Because we get into not Sunday, we get to Saturday afternoon, like right here. Not yet, not yet. Ah, yes. We start to get into Saturday, like 12 a.m. You already have dew points up in the upper 50s. Some very strong dew points. Even some potential near upper 50s down here. And then we go a little bit further, and this is all out of here. Like, it's so short lived. You get these high dew points, and then a couple hours later, it's out of here, and then it's very dry after that. I want to look at the southeastern U.S. because they will get slammed this week. I mean, dew points could be well up into. Let's see. Oh my goodness. We do see dew points up in the 70s for South Carolina, so there could be an extensive severe weather threat there. It goes all the way up to North Carolina with these very high dew points, and then these dew points start to even skyrocket into New Jersey, all across the Delmarva, all the way to southern sections of the state. We have to watch this area right here that I'm circling for the best potential for some kind of severe weather threat. Maybe not necessarily here, but down here, like across southern Jersey down here, we're going to have to watch that. Because a new severe weather risk could be introduced once we get to Saturday evening. So in terms of temperatures, it's not too warm with this system, but it's okay. Wait. It's like it's like not like the worst heating. It's like we get into the upper 50s maybe, but that's about it. It's not like 65 like we had last weekend, this very strong cold front. No, it's not gonna be like that. There's some marginal heating during the day and gives way to some convection maybe in the afternoon. Well, I'm telling you, it's not gonna be much of a big deal because we don't have like these strong, buoyant ingredients in effect. So I want to tell you that. Honestly, after that storm, it's gonna be fairly quiet. We're not gonna see much, but we do have to get through this storm, and there could be some flash flooding with this storm, in fact. So let's look at this. Let's look at the temperature outlook. I mean, it's well above average, like 90% above normal. We could see 20 to 30 degree above normal, so we're not gonna see no snow. I do not think that at all. Well, I think that winter storm 3 weeks ago, that was the last chance for your snow. There's no real snow here now. Day 8 to 14, it starts to go away maybe, and then maybe some below average starts to pop up here, but it's not enough for it to be cold for snow. Not at all. It's all probably gonna be rain, and just a dreary kind of rain. Day 6 to 10 precipitation is pretty much above. Honestly, for the Mid-Atlantic, pretty much above. If we go into the national view, now this is a strong, negative PNA setting up. No, actually, there's a very strong positive PNA setting up because we got these very well below average precipitation anomalies here and all the way into like western US, and then all in the eastern US is above average, especially in the south. Day 8 to 14, it starts to spread a little bit into the central US, but still the rain is still gonna be ongoing throughout the whole entire East Coast. So, yeah. In terms of Storm Prediction Center, this is gonna be quite interesting right here. We do have some severe weather that's gonna be going on in the central U.S. The severe thunderstorms are capable of producing supercell storms, and there is a chance for some tornadoes to form. 5% right here, right into central Texas and lower like Kansas State. Hail outlook, it's significant hail of maybe even like 3 inches in diameter possible across this region. Yeah, central Texas into like western Oklahoma into the lower Kansas State. The wind threat, it's not hatched, but we do have a 50% chance of damaging wind in front of these supercell storms. Day 2, honestly, still a slight risk. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and some of Texas. And this is bound to have a tornado threat, a very large 5% across the same areas I said the slight risk. The hail threat, significant across Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Yeah. The wind threat is also a 15% across these states: Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas. And still very strong convection. Damaging winds, large hail are expected from parts of eastern Texas, Oklahoma, into the central Gulf states on Friday afternoon to Friday night. Positive to upper trough. 2 potential mesoscale corridors of concern remain evident, with pretty big like risk area for that. And there will be clusters of convection going on at like 6 a.m. Friday across across parts of central eastern Oklahoma into Texas into the Arklatex. So, yeah, I mean, this week is going to be pretty active. And once we get to day 3, severe weather possible for southern Carolinas, the Georgia, and like Florida. We do have a marginal risk extending into Northern Carolina, and like a very small portion of these states. We do have a general thunderstorm risk all the way up to New Jersey. We have to see if that marginal risk doesn't get pushed up a little bit north, because we do have some ingredients in place. I mean, obviously in Southern Carolina and Georgia, they have like 60 to 70 degree dew points, obviously. But even for like a short time in New Jersey, it could get up to upper 50s into 60. We might not have the warmth, but we're going to see if these storms really do pack a punch. But I'm going to want to see what, like, how to say it. If we get like a similar setup like last time, or is it that we get a squall line, and there's no rain on the backside? I wanna see that. Or is it just gonna be a disorganized like line of showers and thunderstorms, or it's gonna be like a cluster of them? So that's also an important key ingredient. If it's a squall line, it's more likely to produce some kind of severe weather. So yeah. And after that, honestly, there's really nothing else to talk about. So, the last thing we'll look at is how much rainfall we're going to look at this week. So, we are going to see quite a bit of rainfall over this week and next week. I'm going to see up to 1 to 2 inches for the Mid-Atlantic, a little bit less southern Jersey into the south, and then we have this bullseye area right in Georgia, South Carolina, and Alabama, where that hail threat is going to be significant, and that severe weather threat could be pretty significant as well. And I mean, it is pretty darn active across this area. And then in the north, it's a little dry, but I'm expecting rainfall for next week there. And honestly, a lot of the U.S. is going to be active. So, I think that'll do it for today. We're going to be watching this storm. These intense winds that are possible on the backside. We're going to see if we do get some big winds with this. We're going to be tracking the severe weather threat especially. Because we knew this was going to happen, and then a marginal risk was introduced the next day. So we have to see if that happens again. And we'll see how indeed strong this convection will be. I'm not expecting anything too bad, because it's not like April time frame. Like, the real time frame you have to watch is like April into May. That's when these severe weather outbreaks could happen in New Jersey. I think the ingredients are a little bit too south right now, but trust me, once we get to April and May, these ingredients will go into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, and oh boy, is it going to be an active year this year. I really do think so. So, I'll leave it with that. I'll look more further into the severe weather threat. If we do get one, and the thermodynamics that's in place, we'll see. With that, I'll end this video here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday afternoon. I'll see you guys tomorrow.